What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Bowjinjin Plays playthrough of PSU Dark Souls Edition Ultimate Ammo Challenge. So, I thought that I would treat you to the lovely music from the file select screen. God, I love this fucking game, and the soundtrack, it's so cool. But yeah, anyway. It's just so, it's so magical and spacey sounding, I just fucking love it. Anyway, so yeah, last time I had a bit of a crisis in terms of like what I was going to do with this playthrough, so ultimately I decided that I would obviously maintain the ultimate hell mode part, which is just simply the fact that I'm going to be on 1 HP, so fuck you HP, I don't need you. And yeah, you know, and that's how I'm going to be playing the playthrough. But as I mentioned in the previous parts, the last few episodes, or the last episode indeed, like I'm gonna. Well, the thing is, I'm tempted to carry on how I was what I was doing in terms of, you know, like just playing it normally until I die, and then I can activate God mode. But you know, like you see, I've permanently gotten rid of the death counter and the God hand counter because ain't nobody got time for that. You know, so instead we'll just kind of play it by ear, I suppose. Hopefully, you know, again, I'm just gonna play it by ear. So last time I said that I would just play this game and have fun, because that's kind of what I want to do, you know, that's probably what you guys want to see, you know, just with a bit of interesting, you know, gameplay changes with the whole Ultimate Hell Mode Challenge thing. But yeah, so that's how I'm going to proceed. Also, you see the borders are back. So the reason why they were slowing my game down before is because they were actually duplicates of the actual capture from PSU with an image overlaid on top of it, which kind of creates a nice dynamic like border effect, right? But unfortunately, nice as it was slowing down my game like fuck. I don't know why. I mean, this game is at least 10 years old, right? But there you go, you know. So instead I replaced it with static borders that I made with the existing, you know, screen, and yeah, so now they're static, but they still look nice, they're not just black borders. So anyway, so last time I had a bit of a field day with the whole side mission thing, only to get some stupid model to put in my room, which I'm never gonna do. I might do, you know, just be like, yeah, I did a thing, right? But like, what a kind of, you know, like trick pony show that was. Am I right? Anyway, so without further ado, let's actually proceed with the story. So if I remember correctly, which I'm very skeptical of, then I think that we must. That's a free mission. I forget what we're supposed to do actually. Like, it's been a while since I've recorded any episodes, the PSU, but I guess we will head to this place and then maybe they'll tell us what to do. I hope. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We have this cutscene. All right. Ah, Heathen, perfect timing. What's up, Hugo? I just heard from Sheena. Karen is currently in the midst of negotiations with the client. Let's go to the meeting room. I've seen a porno about this. Already starting off with crew jokes, yay. This channel is becoming more and more like that as time goes on, I think.
Introduce you to our client. Dr. Dorson is a relics archaeologist.
Yeah. Who are you fucks? Hey, before you make a comment about my hair is natural.
As I was saying to the doctor a moment ago, about the relic site discovered the other day, we've already lost several teams in there, and they were professionals. It's just too dangerous for you.
But I must examine this relic site. I'll go alone if I have to.
He wants to come with us. It's no place for a citizen.
That's what I've been trying to explain to him.
He reminds me of
I don't realize the importance.
yeah,
of this
it's
place.
definitely like it's
I key to saving our world could be inside
He's
this
definitely
relic
like a
site.
direct
Let me
nod
make
to
this
like
clear.
the
We cannot promise your safety.
spoilers, I suppose, but you know, like Evangelion,
Either way,
Shinji's
I will go.
father, aka like the head of the whatever association or
Very well.
it was, I forgot what it was called, like
However,
was it
if at
ARC or
any
something? I
point
can't
you feel the
remember.
mission has
Or
become too
yeah, it's been a while since I've
dangerous,
watched
I'll abort it.
Evangelion, but
Do I
he's
make myself
definitely
clear?
a nod to that,
Yes.
you know,
Absolutely.
but just goofy looking.
This Karen?
We'll see.
So we need to investigate some site, I suppose.
After preparations are complete, form the party, and we'll begin our investigative mission at the Raphon relics. Ethan, when you feel like it is time, form the party and register everyone. When registering, you've got to be within the city limits. You can come find us in person, or you can use the partner cards. When you're ready, I'll be at the Guardians branch in the Eastern District. Oh, and I'll be there with you. Fuck off. That's inappropriate.
I'll be waiting in the Central Plaza. I'll be with a woman.
What about you, Doctor? While we're getting ready, maybe you'd like to go shopping or something?
Don't be a fool. I'm not stepping foot outside until we leave the relic site.
What are you so afraid of, you old coot? I'll make sure to bring Dr. Dorson along with the mission. Ethan, you can just add me and Hugo to the party. Alright.
Relics inquiry has become available. So we need all the help we can get as usual, even though they don't, as you've seen, you know, or as you know, like the AI isn't the best in this game.
Great, you're dismissed.
Okay. So yeah, we don't really have anything to do aside from mac on chicks, but like I'm not feeling so hot right now, so instead we're just gonna go straight with the mission.
Hey, Karen.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, pretty much. Let's just fucking go, man. Alright, dive into it. Looks inquiry. Let's get it! Let's go! Alright, back to this shithole. Nah, it's actually really nice here.
To reach the relic site, we've got to get through Raphon Meadow. But as you two know, this area has been contaminated by the seed, and the local life has been altered. This time we also need to take into account the safety of Dr. Dorson.
Oh, he's gonna be a fucking escortee? Fuck that.
And carry out this mission while protecting his safety. So straighten up and move out.
Oh god, okay. I fucking hate escort missions. Don't you, Ethan?
What did you say, you British limey bastard? Karen, I don't know about that doctor guy. Do you think he'll be cool?
I mean, he's got a dorky, like, fucking bowl cut, but if he panics while we're in battle, it could be a huge problem. You know I can hear everything you're saying, you rude little brat. Oops. Don't worry about me, I'm a bit of a marksman myself. Plus, I'm paying a very large compensation fee, so if anything should happen to me, you'll be hearing from my associates. My financial associates, that is. With the understanding that you'll protect me, of course.
Didn't you say you were prepared for any consequences?
Listen here, old you little whippersnapper. If the Graal system lost a person with my intellect, it would be an enormous loss.
Well... It's alright, Doctor. Karen... I apologize for my impolite subordinate. We need to start for the relic site immediately. Also, as I told you before, if I ever feel that this mission has become too dangerous, I will not hesitate to end it immediately.
I understand, emphatically. That's why I fucking swiped my invisible sword in the air there.
Oh man.
Well, at least he has a gun. And he's not just gonna sit there and twiddle his thumb. Oh yeah, we have double guns. Alright, we can test that shit out. Cool. Anyway. Let's see here. We have to go this way. I love that there's no slow down as well. That's pretty cool by me. And my video looks pretty, so that's even more double awesome mondo cool. Anything over here? Might as well check. This is what I actually do when I play games. Is I'm always like, oh fuck, am I going the right way, quote unquote, because that'll mean I'll miss all the goodies that were hidden off the beaten path. And that's just fucking, that would leave a searing hole in my soul. But yeah. Oh god. Oh yeah, fuck, my fucking HP is not to 1. Wait, no. I think, well, seeing as we have 3 people, but we have to go through all that fucking cutscene, I think I'm going to activate God Hand, just to ease myself into it, because it has been some time, you know, so I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to indulge, if you don't mind. Yeah. At least until we, until, I get back into the swing of things, but, yeah, so, didn't get anything good there. Oh god! Oh! Let my card down for 1 second, will I? That was lucky, man. I could have really bitten the bullet there and really, I almost bit my tongue as well. That would have been it. Like, you would have witnessed on screen Bowjinjin, like, fucking biting himself in the tongue and dying. And it wouldn't have been very good, so. I would not want anyone to be watching this to witness such a gruesome scene, so I'd rather not do that. So anyway, I was in the middle of, is there a lock over there, or is that where we can, no, that's the lock, okay. I was in the middle of checking what I got. Probably nothing of notes, honestly. We don't really get anything, at least right now, that's really that, impressive, so. He was taking his sweet time. Hiya! Oh god! Hiya! Oh no! And I went back to the title screen as well. Fuck. This episode is oh god. It's already a travesty. Oh man. Well. Oh man, that was disgusting, man. How the hell did I die to that thing? Oh man. Anyway. If I had any decency, I would restart this episode, honestly, but whatever, man. This is real life. There's no time for editing. That's just not natural. At least we get more of our thick instructor. Oh god, Karen, how I missed you. Yeah. Okay, well, at least that didn't take too long. I should also get into the habit of saving after like cutscenes, because that will greatly reduce the time needed to get back to where I am. Should I, die embarrassingly to stupid little freaks. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back in there. And let's put my guide hand back on. Alrighty. Let's go. I'm not even gonna open any fucking boxes. Like, what's the point? Like, there's nothing gonna be in. There's not going to be anything good in the boxes, so yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but like, I feel that like for anyone who's played Yakuza before, which is another Sega franchise, right? Like, some of the animations in that game are like weirdly familiar to the ones in this game. So like, I just had a thought that like maybe like coming back to this and playing it, like maybe they lifted the animation straight out of PSU and into Yakuza. I mean, it would make sense, you know, why waste, you know, all of the work you did to animate all of that shit, only for it to go to waste, you know? Like, why not recycle it in a new game? Because like particularly that animation, you know, that you saw the Doctor do, like that really, you know, that kind of thing is really, yeah, it just reminds me of Yakuza. So again, yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they did. God, this is, even with God Hand, this is fucking terrifying, because like, this isn't like PSO, right? In PSO, yeah, like, it's one-hit kills. But like, the thing about PSO is that like, the thing about PSO is that like, the enemies are really slow, like their attacks are really slow. In this game, they're not so slow, you know, they're a bit faster. So yeah, like that's what makes it really scary, you know, even with God Hand. So maybe I will just fucking swallow my fucking pride and just go with the God Hand, because honestly, you know, I don't want to be messing around too much, and it's gonna take longer, you know, if I keep the God Hand off. I'll just do the boss battles normally, you know, a la my playthrough with Mega Man Battle Network 2. Yeah. And again, I think that the Saber and... Oh my god, there goes my God Hand. But then again, it's really exciting without God Hand. It's just like, oh my god, I could die. I know the stakes are high, right? You don't have telepipes. That's the only gripe I have with this game for this kind of a playthrough, is that you don't have telepipes. So like, the price for dying is really heavy because you have to go all the way back to the last save point, you know. I mean, in a way, what the fuck? How did he just get damaged? What the fuck? Also, I would have set my HP down as well. Oh god. Yeah, he did get attacked by something. I just completely did not see it. It was just off screen somewhere. This way.
D2.
Which is, funnily enough, like, there's a game called D2 that I have learnt about in the past few days. So, you know, as you know, it's... I guess this episode will come out... yeah, like, it will still be before Halloween, but Halloween is the 31st, I think, if I'm not completely mistaken. Yeah, and like... So, like, you know, like, around this time of year, like, we're all kind of in the mood to play scary games, right? And there's a game... so I was looking at, like, Dreamcast games, right? Dreamcast horror games, to be specific, right? And there's a game called D2 that I didn't play, but I watched, you know, playthroughs of it on YouTube, and it actually looks kind of interesting. I might even play it, like, it just looks, like, really cool. It's like... It comes from an era of, like, you know, it comes from an era of games where, like they were really into kind of, like, goofy gore is what I would call it, like, where it's just fucking goofy as shit, but it's really gory at the same time. You know, and that's the kind of game it is, you know. It has really kind of, like, over the top, like, you know, I don't want to mess around with these guys, honestly, because they can easily do me in like a kipper. Or do me up like a kipper. I say that and I still attack like a fucking idiot, like, in front of them. Okay. Yeah, like, it's one of those games, and it looked really interesting. There's another game, actually, that I found, that I was actually, I was playing. It's called, Nanatsu no Hikan, which is another Dreamcast game, which was revolutionary for the fact that it had co-op. It had like split screen co-op, and it's like a fucking, it's like the clunkiest game ever, but like but it had like strangely good looking character models, and the whole co-op thing is really cool, right? So that's another thing I found. There's like so many weird games on a Dreamcast, and just like import games in general that came from like the 90s and early 2000s, right? That are just so like interesting. They just look so cool. Like there's like a few on a Dreamcast, there's like ones on the PlayStation, all of these obscure like horror games, for example, or like visual novel type games, and these weird Japanese games that like us over in the West have just never heard about, right? And I wish that I had more money back then, you know. I wish that I could, you know, go and buy my own games and whatnot, but oh well. Like, I guess we could always, you know, I can always re-experience them now, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that's another cool game. Another game that I stumbled across was a game called Carrier on the Dreamcast, which is literally Resident Evil. It's got like this weird aesthetic that is kind of characteristic of like a lot of the games on like in that era, like things like Blue Stinger and like things about like the weird like kind of like futuristic but kind of really goofy, like, you know, tank controls based thing. That's another game that I stumbled across, and like there are maybe a couple more, but like, yeah, I just thought that was really interesting to find those games. Yeah, but anyway, but yeah, the whole like co-op thing is really, I really like split screen multiplayer. I like there's just something about, and this is probably pure nostalgia, right? There's probably no kind of like practical benefit or like you know, yeah, there's probably like really no like practical kind of like thing that comes from like split screen, right? It's probably better to have your own screen, right? But there's just something about, and like, yeah, there's something about split screen, like you know, split screen multiplayer that really kind of, it just gets to me, you know. It just makes me feel really good. And again, like, it's probably pure nostalgia. It's probably because I grew up.
You're doing pretty good.
It's probably like, yeah, like it's probably just me growing up with like that kind of thing, and the joy of playing with like, you know, my family, and playing like with, you know, playing with, you know, friends, that just kind of really makes me really happy when I see like split screen games, which is why I like games like this, right? You know, like, I think actually, okay, I'm not reading any of this shit. Yeah, before like we were here, there were loads of like weird, you know, racist robot people, but I guess now they've all kind of packed up and left. But yeah, yeah, you know, I don't think PSU had split screen multiplayer. I think PSO had, obviously, with the GameCube version, and then the Xbox version. Basically, episodes 1 and 2. Wait, what? Where am I going? I need to get past here, right? Let me take a gander at my map here. Oh, I'm supposed to go up there. That's where it came from, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit disorientated here right now. Yeah, we're supposed to go in here. This looks pretty fancy. It reminds me a bit of like Xenoblade Chronicles, like Colony 9. Oh man, that's another game that's really cool. Man, like the Operation Rainfall games, as I believe they were called. Yeah, I think they were called that. The 3 games that like people like fucking like petition the fuck out of to get to like be localized in the West, aka The Last Story, which I have thought many times to play on this channel, and I probably eventually will. You know, just like a cold winter's eve, I'm just gonna be like, oh, you know what? I really want to play like a like a really heartwarming RPG, you know, and I'm probably just gonna play that. But yeah, Operation. Sorry, whoops. Yeah, like the last story, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Pandora's Tower, which was like, I guess, a bit less well known and a bit less kind of celebrated than the other two. And it was okay, you know. I played that game. It's got like a, I don't know. I don't know. Like, the thing about that game, Pandora's Tower, is like it's you know, it's solid. Like it's not like a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, or by any measure, but it is like, compared to the other two games, it's quite like a lonely experience. You know, just because like the tone of... Oh, fuck. Again, first episode right means that I can cheat my ass off. Yeah, like... that game, in comparison to the other two games, the other two games, like, are more kind of like... They're more kind of like, I guess... Well, I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles, you know, without spoiling anything, is a very kind of emotional journey with a very deep story, but, or should I say, a very fleshed out story. But, and the last story is, you know, it's like, if you've played any old Final Fantasy, right, then like you'll get the same feel from them. Like, again, it's deep, obviously, right, being like a Sakaguchi game, but like, but it has that kind of like uplifting quality to it that like all like old Final Fantasies have, right? Classic Final Fantasies. But and like Xenoblade is similar in that sense. Like it's like it has like an uplifting quality to it. But like Pandora's Tower is kind of more like dark and oppressive. Like maybe like I don't know the ending to that game, but maybe there's like a, you know, a happy ending or something like that. But like the entirety of the game is quite... What the fuck? Did I just go backwards? Fuck. The entirety of that game is you know, it's kind of it's kind of dark and oppressive, right? And anyway, I know like I'm an asshole for like stopping this in... Well, okay, let me finish what I'm saying first, right? But like I think I'll keep going. But like, yeah, I don't want to kind of get this episode too long, right? But like, yeah, like it's just like it's more like kind of like depressing and lonely, that game, compared to the other two games. And so like, and a lot of what you do is kind of the same thing, you know. And in terms of like, again, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a bad thing per se, but like the kind of premise of the game, the gameplay, it gets a bit repetitive in the sense that you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you're exploring the same areas, you know, to grind and stuff like that. And so like, yeah, like I kind of didn't really see it through, I suppose, because of those things. But like, you know, again, it's a solid game, you know. It's definitely something that everyone should try, right? Particularly if you're into that kind of classic JRPG kind of a thing. Yeah, you know. Yeah, but like, what was I saying? What? Oh yeah, like, Xenoblade Chronicles. God, that game was like so really cool, but also really long. Like I think I sank at least 80 hours in that game, and I didn't even make a dent in it really. Like I just spent all of that time doing all of the side quests, and there's hundreds of fucking side quests. And like I, foolish youth as I was back then, you know, was like, I'm gonna experience everything that this game has to offer because I bought the limited edition box set, and I'm all about like the throwback to the classic JRPG formula. I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game. And like I ended up like trying to complete all of the side quests, and like eventually like I just was like, oh man, like, because you have to, like, it's not just that you have to like do the side quests, because some side quests expire over time, right? And then some of those side quests are only triggered when you complete other side quests. And some of those side quests that trigger other side quests only appear when you have befriended people to a certain degree. You know, and it was just too much, right? And like, I just was like, fuck, I can't do it. Like, the game is awesome, you know. Anyway, let me read this first. In this area, seed damage seems relatively minor. Yeah, it does. Karen, are you okay? Why are you squatting down like that? Is it a girl thing?
No, it's nothing. It's probably just my imagination. Okay. Weirdo.
Hey, what are you all just standing around for? Hurry up and take me to the relic site. I swear young people today are so fucking lazy.
Alright, let's move on.
What if you say chimp man? It really, like, for some reason that haircut always reminds me of like monkeys. I don't know why. Because like monkeys don't have hair like humans have, right? It's just, I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, you know, that game was just really long, and anyway, I think I'm gonna end this episode here, guys. You know, unfortunately, I guess I'm gonna continue my ramble about like Xenoblade Chronicles and like the Operation Rainfall games in the next episode. So cool. In the next episode, we'll continue with our little escort mission with. It's funny that I just made a chimp reference, right? Because who else has red hair? And I'm not talking about, well, I guess it's slightly red, but like Super Saiyan 4, Goku and Vegeta, like they get like red body hair all over. And this guy's fucking like bowl cut is all red, you know, and he claims that it's natural. Maybe he's Super Saiyan 4, maybe he's like deceiving all of us and he's way more powerful than he makes out. Regardless, guys, that we will find out in the next episode. Just what his deal is. Fucking Super Saiyan 4 motherfucker. So cool, guys. Thank you very much for watching this as usual. I hope you're enjoying this. And as usual, check out my other videos. I'm doing a Danganronpa playthrough now. V3, it's so cool. Like, I love that series. So cool. Yeah, and if you like my videos, subscribe. If you don't. It's a free world. I hate plugging subscriptions, but you know, it's like whatever, you know. So cool. But please do that. Okay, cool. So cool. Until next time, guys, we will be back with more PSU Dark Souls Edition Ultimate Helmet Challenge. So cool. Until next time, have a good day, guys, and peace out. Bye.